Dr. Brent McQuaid, Critical Care Director for Cone Health, is answering your COVID-related questions. This person says, we're traveling to Europe this summer. Should we get boosted?
Yes. So I've had COVID once that I know of, and it was when I was traveling overseas. And the other time, I think I had it in February 2020 before we had tests. My wife and I came back from Europe. What is it about traveling that puts you at risk? You're exposed to so many people. You're walking through airports, you're sitting in airplanes, you're going through train stations, et cetera, et cetera. So you're outside your normal realm and you're exposed to lots and lots of people. So emphatically, yes, you should be boosted if you have not been.
All right, and let's just answer the question again. If you have had COVID, when should you get the vaccine or get boosted after you've had COVID?
Right. So the soonest that you can get it is as soon as you're released from isolation, right? So 5 days after your symptoms end. And, you know, we recommend that you go ahead and get boosted to add protection. When you look at the CDC's website, it actually says you may wait up to 3 months if you choose, but it's not suggesting that. What I tell people is, hey, if it's on your mind, you just had it, you don't want to go through it again, just go ahead and get boosted again once you've ended isolation.
Okay. This is also a booster kind of related question. This person says, will there be a third booster or a yearly vaccine that is similar to getting a flu shot every single year?
Do not know. That is a question for our federal government.
Okay, so we are going to wait to see what happens with that. Is it best to still wear a mask?
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? So we still wear them in the healthcare environment, and you know, when we're working around patients. And why do we do that? We do that because those patients are vulnerable, and we do not want to give them COVID. When you have COVID, you should wear it after you've completed your isolation period as per CDC guidelines. So you finish your 5 days of isolation, and then you ought to wear it again for another 5 days just to make sure you don't give it to somebody else. So that's definitely a time to wear a mask. Like if you think you're sick or you know you're sick, to make sure you wear one. And then if you're working in a healthcare environment where you're around a lot of people that are sick, yeah, you ought to wear a mask because you don't want to give it to any of them.
Right. All right, so this next question is, can I get a prescription for Paxlovid if I'm over 50 and I smoke? I'd like to have it on hand in case I get COVID.
So while I understand why this individual would like to have a prescription for that, the FDA would not allow us to do that. When you read the emergency use authorization for this drug, it very specifically says that it's only indicated for patients who have COVID-19. So we would not be allowed to prescribe that, and a pharmacist would not be allowed to fill it.
Mm-hmm. This person's asking, how long do you stay positive? I'm now day 10 of testing positive.
So I get this question a lot. We get this question a lot. And the answer is it varies. And our own policy is that if we know someone has had COVID here at Cone when they come in, we don't test them again for another 90 days. And, you know, we're using the PCR test. Most people are using an antigen test when they're at home. So there's some nuance to that. But the test can stay positive for quite some time after you've had the illness. And the relevance of it, particularly like a home antigen test, not sure how to interpret that, to be honest with you. So when, you know, a lot of my neighbors will ask me, hey, I'm still testing positive. What do it mean? What does it mean? My question to them is not, you know, how heavy of a band did you have on the test? It's, well, what are your symptoms?
Okay. And this last question, we got about a minute. How do you know if you have the COVID or flu?
Testing. It's really the best way to find out. I mean, you know, if you're around someone who was just tested with flu and then you come down with similar symptoms, odds are pretty good you're getting flu from them and not COVID. But if you're just developing those symptoms, no known exposure history, and you're going to come to us in our emergency room or our urgent care, our primary care doctor for testing, we're going to test you with one that tests for both COVID and flu.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you so much for your time and your expertise. We appreciate you answering all those questions.